All right, guys. So it is a shame that in 2022, we have to highlight sane people, right? Sane people, okay? Because the far left has went so far left, right? They're so extreme. They've just fallen off a cliff that those whom, have a whole lot in common with them, but are not that extreme, right? that speak out against how extreme they are. It is a shame that, again, those people have to be put on a pedestal and, dare I say, be called brave for speaking out against the mob. Again, simply because they're not as extreme as the mob. And that is what this is right here, okay? As there was this drag queen, Kitty Demure, whom spoke out against exactly what we're experiencing right now in 2022 during this Pride Month, in which we're seeing a whole lot of woke parents taking their kids to drag shows where there's a whole lot of activities that are not appropriate for children taking place there, and the drag queens themselves that are doing these activities, they're totally fine with it. I mean, there's a video floating around on the internet, guys. Again, you can go watch this. I can't post it on my YouTube channel, unfortunately, but there's a drag queen that looks like they're in like a restaurant or something, okay? Not a place where I want to eat my food and have that type of entertainment, but they have fake breasts, right? Fake breasts like hanging, sagging, okay? And you have kids and babies around, and they're giving the drag queen with fake breasts hanging out. They're giving the drag queen money, right? That's how extreme this stuff is, okay? So videos like this, messages like this from sane drag queens that speak out against some of the lunacy that we're saying is necessary, right? So with that being said, I want to get into this message because it is a powerful message that I think should be projected and sent to the left, right? These extremists who are endorsing and participating in these activities because they think that it's supposed to do good for the LGBTQ community when in fact it actually does the exact opposite. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Hi everybody, this is Kitty Demure, your friendly favorite conservative drag queen.
Conservative drag queen. I think I need to do a video on the difference between a libertarian and a conservative. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being a libertarian, right? I actually have a whole lot of libertarian views. I'm probably half a conservative, half a libertarian, to be quite honest with you. But some of these people, man, that want to use the label conservative, I think they actually really mean libertarian, right? But hey, for whatever reason, those terms have become synonymous when that's just not entirely true. But hey, we'll move on past that.
Anyway, I have another message for heterosexual women. The ones who have children. I have no idea why you want drag queens to read books to your children. I have no idea. What in the hell has a drag queen ever done to make you have so much respect for them and admire them so much?
Facts. I'm not saying it. He's saying it, right? I'm not saying it. Okay, that is what this person's saying. And if you disagree with it, you're homophobic, right? If you disagree with this, you're homophobic, right? I'm just saying.
Other than put on makeup and jump on the floor and writhe around and do sexual things on stage. I have absolutely no idea why you would want that to influence your child. Would you want a stripper or a star to influence your child?
Facts. Again, facts. I'm just saying. To me, I don't see the difference between a drag queen and a male stripper. I don't see the difference. I really don't. I think it's the same thing. Okay, and I think most sane people in this society would say, no, it's not appropriate to take kids to strip clubs. We should have age restrictions on stuff like that, on adult content. But I'm at the point now where I think a lot of these people who actually do participate in these type of activities where they feel like it's, for whatever reason, okay to take their kids to drag queen shows, I think they honestly would probably be fine with watching adult content with their kids, right? They would sit down and watch an adult movie with their kids, their 5-year-old, and be totally fine with it, right? And explain the whole thing to them because they want to have a session on educating their kids about sex or whatever. I really do think that some of these people are that insane. Okay. So I'm not even sure if presenting that comparison anymore, that question will even faze any of these people, right? To just think twice about what they're doing.
It makes no sense at all. A drag queen performs in a nightclub for adults. There is a lot of filth that goes on, a lot of sexual stuff that goes on. And backstage, there's a lot of nudity, sex, and drugs.
Sounds like a strip club to me, right? Sounds like a strip club to me. Okay? Taking your kid to a drag show sounds like you're taking your kid to a strip club. I'm just saying.
Okay? So I don't think that this is an avenue you would want your child to explore. They could explore dressing up at home like we all did, like all gay boys did. We all dressed at home and we had a great time. We had a great time with our girlfriends, putting on makeup, trying on clothes, things like that. But to actually get them involved in drag is extremely, extremely irresponsible on your part. And I understand you might want to look like you're with it, that you're cool, that you're woke, that you're not a Nazi, that you're not a homophobe, whatever it may be. But you can raise your child to be just a normal, regular, everyday child without including them in gay, sexual things. And honestly, you're not doing the gay community any favors. In fact, you're hurting us, okay? We have already had a reputation of being pedophiles and being perverts and deviants. We don't need you to bring your children around. So you keep your kids at home, or take them to Disneyland, or take them to Chuck E. Cheese.
Nah, you can't take them to Disney no more, right? You can't take them to Disney no more. You can't take them to Disney. But the gist of what this person is saying, again, it makes so much sense because it's just like, okay, some of these people say, well, I want my child to be involved with drag because I want to support the LGBTQ community, right? And that's just like saying taking your kids to a strip club. You're taking them there because you want them to support women, right? You're trying to empower women. That's not how this works, right? That's not how this works. Taking your kids to a drag queen show is not empowering them, just like taking your kid to a strip club is not empowering women, right? It's not. That's not how it works.
But if you need your child to be entertained by a big human in a costume or in makeup, take them to the circus or something. When they turn 18, then why don't you take them to the clubs on their 18th birthday? Because it's an adult thing, okay? So don't ruin your child's life and don't ruin us, because that's what you're doing.
Facts. I say this so much, man. And I'm like, look, as a conservative, I don't agree with this lifestyle. I'd rather not see it. I'd rather us have a society where it's something that is very much minimized. However, I'm not authoritarian. Okay, I'm not trying to impose my views on everybody else. So, hey, live your life, right? Live your life, okay? Be happy. However, there are limitations to that, right? As an adult, I'm a libertarian. Do what you want to do. But when it comes to children, I am a hardcore conservative in the sense that once your freedom gets to the point where you, again, are trying to push your lifestyle on kids, it's went too far. Right. At that point, I think that society and the government has to step in to, rein in some of this madness. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, what happens is that when you have these extremists that are representing a large group of people, right? People that live the LGBTQ lifestyle or whatever, everything that's supposed to represent, that makes those people look bad, right? The people in that lifestyle that don't necessarily agree with that. And that's why it's so important that people that are gay, lesbian, trans, whatever, that are not down for teachers teaching kids about sex and gender ideology or, taking kids to drag shows and pushing stuff on kids. That's why it's so important for those people to speak out. Their voices need to be the loudest because they're the most closely connected, right? It's hard to call those people homophobic, transphobic, or bigots when they're living the same lifestyle. They're just saying, look, you're making us look bad to the rest of society. You're making it so it's harder to accept us as people and as human beings as positive contributors to society when you're pushing our lifestyle on kids, right? It's really that simple, because if this wasn't a thing, if drag queen story hour was a thing, if woke parents taking their kids to drag shows wasn't a thing, if teachers trying to indoctrinate kids in sexual and gender ideology wasn't a thing, nobody would be complaining. Nobody would care, because drag shows would be what they're for. They're for adults. Nobody would say anything, right? Nobody would say, man, okay, well, it is what it is. There'll be some people that still complain and say, hey, we shouldn't be having this at all, but I wouldn't be one of those people, because, again, I do believe in people's individual liberties and freedoms, and I'm not trying to impose my own views on them, even though I don't necessarily agree with it, right? So that being said, I know that there's an alphabet civil war going on right now where the LGBs, are at war with the T's, right? And I know that, there are some people in that community that are trying to rein in the extremism, right? Some things like, pushing, kids to transition and stuff like that. Yeah, I know that is 100% a thing, but we need those people to speak louder, right? We need the people that's in the LGBTQ community that is not down with the extremism to have louder voices than the ones that are down with the extremism, right? Because, again, the ones that are down with you, they have the loudest voices, okay? So, again, I think it's powerful when, people that are a part of that community or whatever, do, speak out and say things that I think are sane and rational, and things that, normal, regular people can get on board with and say, hey, you know what? I might not agree with your lifestyle, but hey, if you want to go dress up and make up and, whatever, and do your thing in an adult club, with no kids, fine, right? Fine. Again, just don't involve kids, and we Gucci. Ain't got no problems, right? Ain't got no problems. So yeah, I hope that this message here, because it resurfaced, projects, because it is more needed today than ever, especially towards a lot of these woke parents, because I really can't blame the drag queens for trying to make their money. It is what it is, but I can't blame the parents for willingly bringing their kids to these shows and exposing them to this type of stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.